everybody, this is Angela from A Cat Among Books, and I am here to give you a review on one of the two books that I read for the month of April. I know 2 sounds pretty pitiful, but like I probably said in my last video, I'm really going through a heck of a book slump. Even over the last weekend, I pulled 3 or 4 different books down and tried to read them and get into them, and I just couldn't. I don't know what's going on. I do know I have 7 pre-ordered books coming May 3rd, and a couple of them I really want to read right away. Morgan Matson's new book, The Unexpected Everything, and Kiera Cass's The Crown, which I'm definitely excited to jump into that as soon as I get it, and I most likely will. But today I want to show you one of the 2 books that I read for this month, and I absolutely loved it. It is Morgan Matson's Since You've Been Gone. And I think I got this 2 years ago when the book came out, and I tried to get into it, and the one thing that threw me off right away was I'm not a fan of 30-some page long chapters. That really turns me off, and I think that's what happened last time. So this time I'm like, forget it. It's going to be summer soon. I kind of want to get into more reading contemporary again because I've kind of been into a dystopian mood. But honestly, even that is starting to wane a bit. Even I can't get into my middle grades. I haven't really even touched my adult fiction books. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I want to talk about Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. Like I said, I really enjoyed this book. It is about a girl named Emily who, on the first week of summer vacation, she receives a list from her friend Sloane, and it is a list of a bunch of things that she has to accomplish. I guess a lot of it is stuff that she's afraid of, like riding a horse. She's always had a fear of that. The one that when I read the list, I didn't understand what Penelope was, but it does later get revealed in the book, oh, okay, now I get it. So she got a letter from her friend in the mail containing this list with all these 13 different things that she has to achieve. There is the first one, kiss a stranger. Number 2 is go skinny dipping. 3 is steal something. 4 is break something. 5 is Penelope. 6 is ride a dern horse, you cowpoke. 7 is 55 S Avenue, ask for Mona. 8, the backless dress and somewhere to wear it. 9 is dance until dawn. 10 is share some secrets in the dark. 11 is hug a Jamie. 12 is apple picking at night. And 13 is sleep under the stars. So when she receives this list, she doesn't know exactly what her friend was intending for her to do, or, she didn't give any whereabouts to where she is. I guess she sent this list and she had taken off with no notice of where she was or anything. So Emily takes it upon herself to go one by one checking these off. Now they don't go in order. You'd think, oh, they're going to go in order, 1 through 13. No, she kind of hops around a little bit with them. And she meets a few new friends. Her brother Beckett is this 11-year-old who's really, really adventurous. He likes to get into really high places. Emily takes him to this rec center that has a climbing wall and one of those like a skate park, indoor skate park thing too. And that's where she meets Frank, who is the class president of her graduating class, I believe. And Collins, his actual name is Matthew, but he goes by Collins. They both work at this rec center. So that's where she meets them. And she kind of tells Frank about this list that Sloane had given her. And Frank is really orderly. He's really into like numbers and stuff, so he decides to take it upon himself to help her accomplish some of these. Basically, he wants to help her complete this list. Emily also meets a girl named Dawn when Emily is working at this ice cream shop. There's a pizza place that Emily and Sloane used to go to all the time, and Dawn works there. So one day Dawn comes in and she's upset because her boyfriend and I guess her best friend were cheating and hanging out behind her back, and all three of them work together, and so she was all upset and came in crying, and Emily goes with her on a few pizza runs because she needs to hug someone by the name of Jamie. So she's like, well, here's a good way to get this started, then I'll just go with you on your pizza runs, and we'll do this. So she also enlists, Dawn shows an interest in this list. So with her and Frank and Collins and Dawn, they're all able to help Emily go through this list one by one. Some of them like break something or steal something where they weren't as like epic or as big as like the other ones. They're kind of like a couple toss away type things on the list. Oh, and a bird just hit my window. I hope it's okay. Sorry. That's pretty bad for that bird though. But anyway, Emily is a runner also. She likes to be in shape, and so Frank is out wanting to run himself. So she kind of takes him under her wing and shows him the ropes of how to getting into running and conditioning. And they strike up a friendship. They both got their iPods. They both have their own types of music. And in the book is really cool because it shows these playlists that they make. And I was like going through and like, okay, do I recognize these songs? A couple songs I actually had on my iPod. So I really thought that was cool. And the other songs I weren't familiar with, I'd like go look up on iTunes just so I could hear them. Like, oh, I kind of want to hear what these songs are. And so they kind of trade off iPods and stuff like that and listen to each other's music. And Emily would kind of give him tips like, well, if you're running and stuff, you want to listen to more upbeat music, so it kind of helps with your endurance and everything like that. So it's cool, they learn a bit about each other, and they become real good friends. And I was secretly hoping that they would get together. I mean, I know he had a girlfriend and everything like that, but it's like, the more time that Frank and Emily spend together, the more that made me, like, really want them to end up together. I'm sure that's pretty terrible, but yeah, this book honestly had a really good ending. The other thing with Sloane and her disappearance, I had a few theories that actually weren't even close to when I found out what actually happened. First I'm like, oh no, what if she has cancer and her parents took her away somewhere? Oh, what if she died and something like that? Or what if she got pregnant and her parents like up and shipped her off somewhere? Yeah, I was very far off of what actually happened. I'm not going to tell you what happened. I don't want to ruin the book for anyone who hasn't read it yet. But, Collins, who was a good friend of Frank, I guess they've been friends since they were kids. He's annoying. He really kind of got on my nerves. I know he's got a heart of gold. He's got good intentions and everything. But he's just one of those people, it's like, he's... excuse me, he's obnoxious. He started calling Emily Emma, and then Frank kept having to correct him, like, no, it's Emily. And then he's calling Emily's little brother, whose name is Beckett, he's calling him Bucket. And then he was doing it again later on when they were all at the restaurant. It's like, little boy, aren't you gonna correct this guy? He's like calling you something that's not your name. And it was just like, yeah, if someone were miscorrecting my name, I can guarantee I'm pretty much gonna correct them on it. Like, when I was growing up, I went by Angie instead of Angela. And I only have a couple friends that I had when I was younger that still call me that, which is fine. You know, they can be grandfathered in with that. But anyone else that calls me Angie, I don't really care for it. It just reminds me, like, I'm not that person anymore. And I go by Angela, so... Or usually they'll say Angie. I'm like, Angela? You mean Angela? And they're like, oh, sorry. I'm like, it's fine. But anyway, I'm getting off track here. Like I said, I really enjoyed this book. I really liked Emily. Her relationship with Sloane. Sloane, actually, I haven't really talked too much about her, but she is a crazy wild kid whose parents are always off doing parties and everything like that. They don't really seem to take a real active interest in her. And there is a scene, there are flashbacks in this book of when Emily and Sloane were together. And Sloane is the kind of person that she's really risky. Like, they get a fake ID and everything like that, and Sloane wants to go to this club, and Emily's not really into that. It's like, it's, this is, risky. I don't know if you probably can get in trouble for having a fake ID. I really don't know. I've never had one, but, no, Emily's like, no, I'm gonna sit in my car, and you go and you listen to this band and everything, and then she's in her car for a couple hours, and then Sloane comes out. She's obviously irritated because Emily couldn't just give in and do this one thing for her. I'm sorry, but if I felt against doing something, more likely I'm not going to do it. I don't care how much of a friend you are. I'm not going to risk something that's stupid. I mean, I don't go out clubbing and everything. I mean, well, I'm married, but even if I wasn't married, no, that's not my scene. So, but anyway, I wanted to talk about Sloane's parents. There is a scene where Emily and Sloane are at Sloane's house. They're watching a marathon of some emergency vet animal show, psychic animal show or something, and Emily goes downstairs to get something to eat or a drink or something, and all of a sudden Sloane's mom is sitting in the dark in the kitchen with some wine or something, and then of course that really spooks Emily, and Emily's like, what the heck? And then Sloane's mom is like, oh, you're so and so. No, that was a friend that Sloane made like years ago. Oh no, or there's this other girl that she was friends with. Okay, obviously Sloane's parents are a couple lushes. Like I said, they're partiers, they drink, and that scene was kind of uncalled for. I mean, you already got the vibe of what kind of parents Sloane had. I really don't think that scene was necessary, and I kept waiting for something else to come of it. So, I thought that scene could have been done without it. I mean, if nothing was going to come of that scene. I thought it was like the way she was saying, oh, Sloane had these other friends when they moved from this place to this place. It's like, so what? Yeah, she had other friends. What's this? This supposed to be some big giant reveal or something like that? And it wasn't. It's like, there's no reason for that scene to be in the book, but I'm not going to nitpick. I really liked it. I also really liked her other books. Amy and Roger's Epic Detour was the first book of Morgan Matson's that I read. Then I read Second Chance Summer. While I loved that book, that one took me a bit to finish. It was pretty hefty. I mean, it's probably no heftier than this book, but I was reading it during summer, so it took me a bit. So that's another reason why I kind of put this off for a while. The length of the book and everything like that. Sometimes books can get bogged down, but this one kept going pretty steadily, so I really kept at it. If I'm rating it on a rating of 1 to 5, 5 being excellent and 1 being so-so, I'd say probably rate it a 4. I like the characters. They're really in depth, and I really got to know them and care for them and enjoy them. So yeah. Well, that was my review on Since You've Been Gone. Share your comments below if you like this book or if you agree with what I've had to say. The other book I finished for the month of April was The Wicked Will Rise by Daniel Page. And if you want me to do a book review on that one, I will. I thought it was just okay. It wasn't great. So I will be doing a book haul this weekend. I got a few books. Might be able to see them over here, but I'm waiting for a few more to come through, which I should get by the end of the week, and then I will just do a book haul then, because I have 7 books pre-ordered that come out May 3rd, and I will be doing one for that week too. So keep watching. You know, I may not post videos all the time. I'm thinking of doing some other things with my videos, not just books, because I'm not reading as much as I used to, and I really would like to add more to this channel. I'm thinking I want to show off my Funko Pops. I don't know if I mentioned that in a past video, but I got all the new Harry Potter ones that just recently came out, along with the other original Harry Potter Funko Pops. So if you're interested in seeing me show off my Funko Pops, just let me know, and I'll show them off and show you what I got. Alright, have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope that your weekend, the weather is really good for you. So, happy reading.